Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what it is. It's the voice of the culture, man. I'm back in the building again with another epic episode, man. This episode for me is it's personal. But it's personal on a good note because the brother I'm running with today, man, he kind of showed me some things when I was a young camper. When he was out there in the field just running around. Always been a stand-up, loyal dude to the game. Always been true to our relationship and our essence, man. He's been accomplishing so much stuff, man. It was only right that I bring him in the building and just chop it up with him. You know what I mean? And when you got a history with cats, when I say history, I ain't talking about 5 years. I'm talking about almost 20 plus. I'm talking about, I've been running with this cat, man, when it was an era that was so epic, man, that Bergenfield was off the chain. So you already know what I'm talking about, the rink days. This is my guy, man, and I got to give him his flowers, man. So everybody, man, just welcome to the show, man. My man, the Fur King, is in the building. Mr. Potter. What's up, champ?
What's happening, brother?
Speak up. Pull up to the mic a little bit so the culture can really get you, man.
Yeah. What's happening, brother? What's happening? What's happening?
Thank you. Thank you for coming through. Thank you for the opportunity. We've been talking about this, and we here.
Now, thank you for inviting me. Thank you for feeling that I can be on your platform. And I'm glad that I can share some of this culturistic stuff that we need to talk about and get to the bottom of certain things in a respectful way.
In a respectful manner, as we always do, man. And first and
The
foremost,
Grammy Award-winning iconic
I gotta
R&B.
give you flowers, man, and say congratulations on your success, man. What you've been
Thank
doing
you.
over these past couple of years, not even a couple, over the decades, man. I mean, let's be clear. Men of excellence, outstanding achievement in fashion, Fur King the designer.
Thank you.
That's
Yes,
just
sir.
one.
Yes.
Another one, men of excellence, outstanding accomplishments in fur and fashion. My man, you've been pioneering, facilitating, educating, and also being very exclusive with your own brand. And I salute you for that, King.
you.
Congratulations on your success, bro.
Appreciate that,
And I
man.
mean that from the heart.
That's deep. I appreciate
mean?
that. I appreciate that. Man. Before we actually get started, though, man, I was always taught, when you come to somebody else's house, you're supposed to present them with a little package as well. That's just me.
With the bag. The bag has the Fur King on. Let's be clear. Everything counts. It's all about the detail.
Yeah, that's just me. That's what I was always taught. So yeah, you from Inglewood, had to rep you, E Wood, and of course I know Inglewood colors are burgundy and gold. I
Stop
pay
you
attention
right
to
there.
detail.
Burgundy is my favorite color.
I didn't know that. But
You know
I
what
know
I'm saying?
I do know it's Inglewood colors
Right.
though.
But
That I do know.
This is when, and I was going to wear something burgundy today, so that's wow. I appreciate that, King. I definitely do, man. I definitely appreciate the Get Freshness because everybody know we our travel group round table. You know what I'm saying? We in the building. It's all about the love. You know what I mean? This definitely will be worn. I got a pair of burgundy Pumas, suede Pumas.
And that's my thing as well.
You know
So
what I
yes,
mean? So,
yes sir, yes
thank
sir.
you. And this
You're
will
welcome.
be, wow, I appreciate that, King.
No problem,
I really
brother.
do.
No problem.
I really do.
No problem.
I say thank you. I'm going to be honest, bro. We going to jump right into this, man. I never knew you was into the fashion game when I was growing up, King. We was just running around, doing the rink. You was taking me different places. I ain't going to front, brother. You're the first brother that took me to Jersey City. Let's be clear. I mean, I was a young lad. I mean, he was in the green Batmobile.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Legendary
You know what I mean?
car.
Legendary Plymouth. And he was in the rink. You taught me a lot on the rink floor. I mean, brother, you was a big brother when I was growing up. I'm gonna keep that. Keep that at 100. I don't like to lose anybody and like, oh, wait. No, we have history, so be clear about that.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And you know me when I was when I was a kid, man, like a kid.
Wow.
You
Wow.
know, when I really was getting my life wet into the atmosphere of the streets.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
To the game. You know what I mean? When I say the game, just dealing, the atmosphere with the rink bring was a different atmosphere if you wasn't growing up in that era. And we was there Friday. We was there Saturday. We
Yes.
was there on Sundays
Yes.
if it was.
Yes.
And after the rink, I hopped in the car with you and a couple other comrades, and y'all just had me with y'all like I was a little bro.
Right.
And y'all was fashionably fresh then, and y'all taught me some shit.
Wow, it means a lot to me, man. Thank you. Thank you.
But I never knew your itch or your notch or your game plan was let's talk about that. When did that start? Because I didn't see that.
Right. Well, like you said, I was already a stylish cat even then.
Right.
But again, because I was into other things, you wouldn't have known that. You just know just like any other cat that was in the streets getting to the bag. Just that's what we did. We got money, we bought clothes, we got fresh, and we made a night of it.
And I'm gonna stop you right there.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a classic night, and y'all, if you wasn't there, you wasn't there. My man came in the ring. He had the green and white corduroy with the leather on the top, polo.
Oh God, you want it back?
I'm bringing it back. He had the green and white. The leather was up here. Had the polo man with the polo on the back. The corduroy with the 40 belows on.
You remember the outfit to a T?
Come on, King.
Whoa.
In the rink that day.
Whoa.
I said, wow, we got one.
Yeah.
That let me know right there. I said, okay.
Yeah, that was a guy named Rashad. Rest in peace. He had died. He had a shop right across from Willie Burgers, so he was doing exactly what Dapper Dan was doing.
Exactly.
And I went to him because he was up and coming, and I wanted to give him an opportunity. And you're right. It was corduroy, white and green with the polo horse here, polo horse in the back with the pants in the back, permanent creases with the 40 belows.
Yes.
Yes, that's
and
the
peace
sir.
out to the guard because I actually got my a few hoodies from him. I got my NWA with the rhinestones he put in there with the N for life written on it. That just goes to show you the history right there.
Yes.
If you wasn't in the ring and you didn't see the P in that outfit, and let's be clear, you came in there on a night where it was a star-studded affair. And I said, look at, and you didn't even skate that night, Playboy.
I didn't.
You was definitely in your mannequin mode. You was a mannequin that night. I gotta if you dress the man, everybody know the mannequin. The mannequin is what draw you in. I said, P, he killed it. You don't even need to skate. If you would have skated, it would have ruined your whole outfit because you couldn't skate with that on. Because you'd have been looking crazy.
Right.
And plus, everybody knew the rink was your home.
Yes.
Because we kind of built that.
Yes.
Let's
be
and
crystal clear. Let's be crystal clear.
I was a youngin', but he can vouch.
You was there.
At 6 in the morning, going home, going to Jersey City, the White Castle, where everybody went. They took me to Willie's.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
wow, that's deep.
That right there, man, that's how far we go back, though, King.
Wow, that's
you know
deep.
what I mean? And I paid attention then.
I see. I mean, for you to name that outfit from back then to a T like that means you really was paying attention, and that means a lot to me. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Wow.
But when did that? I can't say when because you've been getting fresh, but when you decide to say, "Hey, I'm gonna do it on my own."
Yeah. Well, I got to a point in life because people started calling me Polo.
From that.
Early. Yeah, from early. And I'm probably one of the first cats that was coming through with a lot of Ralph Lauren on and stuff like that. I've been wearing Ralph Lauren since the 4th grade. My mother, because everybody was rocking Le Tigre or Azad.
Right.
And I always wanted to be different. And I had Le Tigre and Azad as well. But I told my mother, I said, Mom, I'm looking for something different. You see something out there. And my mother used to just be out there and be shopping for me. And she came back with this man on the horse. I was like, wow, this is different. Now, I didn't really know what it was, but I wore it. And my teachers knew what it was.
Right.
And I said, oh, this man is popping. They said, is he? Yeah, he's popping. So I wound up having the Azad, the Le Tigre, and the Ralph. But then when people started branching off, I just stayed with Ralph because I started seeing a lot of people just sticking to the Azad and the Le Tigre, and then it became Nautica and stuff like that.
Well, let's be clear. Ralph was a little costly, man.
I
Still is.
Right.
But back then, you
right.
know, that was for the prep kids.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. So I've always been different since then. And then one day, as you get older, a couple of my guys was like, yo, dogs, like, you really do this fashion thing. Like, when we be in the mall, we shop, you always come out with something different. We be in the same store, and you'll come out with something completely different because they might have overlooked it. So, while you doing that, why don't you start designing some clothes and make clothes for us and make sure it's big enough so we can fit it. Because at this time, all the other clothes were skinny and skin tight. You wasn't able to fit it. So, of course, when I was in the streets doing what I was doing, my mom wasn't there at that time.
Right.
But once I figured out I could use the MM, which means money and measurements, and I had the ruler stick, I knew I could make clothes for anybody. And that's when I got into it. I became this person. Now, at the time, I was only going to do it as a hobby. And just to say, I made clothes for myself because I want to wear clothes for myself.
Right.
But man,
You know how that go. It just takes off. But
when
where you get that from? I
but
made it.
But I had wore once one of them celebrity basketball games. I had worn a windbreaker outfield, black and white. And a guy walked up to me. He said, "Yo, where you get that from?" And he caught me off guard. I said, "Huh?" He said, "Where you get that from?" I said, "I designed it." He said, "You designed that?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, give me your number." And it just kind of just spiraled effect. Just went on. I didn't expect to be here this long, Dion. Like I wasn't expecting. I didn't have a dream of being a fashion designer.
That wasn't the vision. Let's
Right,
be clear.
right. I didn't have a dream. It just became a reality. And people always liked my style from young. And I've always been a stylish cat from young, as you
Right.
just described. And then I just became this other kind of beast, and to the point where I'm now winning awards and men of excellence and just being a different type of dude in the fashion game. So in 1998, rest in peace to my mother, she died in 1998, but she didn't get to see me start my fashion career.
Right.
She was there when I had my mobile car wash business.
Exactly.
Because I've always had my own business.
Always.
Right. See, so it crushed me because she died and couldn't see this other vision I had.
Right.
We talked about it.
Okay.
But once she passed away, I said, yo, you know what, God? She would have wanted me to keep this going. So now we're going to take it to another level. So in 1998, what I did was I did the sweatsuit. But then wintertime came, and I said, you know what? Let me see, can I get into this fur game? Because everybody, and there's no disrespect, respectfully, everybody starts off with T-shirts, hats, hoodies, and that's
Right,
fine.
right.
Nothing wrong with that. But I felt I was a little more top tier than that. Let me see, can I take it to the next level? So I started off with furs, really first. The windbreaker outfit was just one outfit I did. And then the corduroy joint that I designed as well. But really, I started with furs, and then I trickled down to hats, T-shirts, socks, etc.
Right.
And it just took off, man. That FK logo that everybody, so eloquently, sees, floating around. It's like, excuse me. These are the socks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you see that FK logo, this is me.
Socks. Let's be clear.
Yeah, like-
it's not just the furs. It's also we giving you head to toe, basically.
Yeah, we give you head to toe. Let's talk about that. That's the professional basketball right there that the pros use. That is at pro standard with the FK logo, Fur King the designer.
As y'all see it right here.
You know what I mean? So I'm really taking this to a whole other level.
Nah, that's dope though.
That's
definitely dope. The basketball.
Yeah, the basketball.
definitely fire.
Yeah, the basketball, the socks, you know what I mean? And things of that nature. So in 1998, I got into it. It was real. I ran into a guy who put me into the fur game. He asked me if he gave me some furs, can I sell the furs for him? And it was shocking because he never asked me my name. He never asked me my address. He just said, yo, if I give you some furs, can you sell them? It was basically like, can you sell them, yes or no? If you're scared, if that's what it is, then no problem.
Right.
I said I can sell them. So they come in the back with me. Came in the back and saw his whole operation. He gave me like 40,000 of furs. He said, yo, do you? Now, I'm still kind of hesitating because I'm waiting for him to ask me my information. He didn't ask me nothing. I said, okay, I'll be back. Went to the streets and do what I do. Started give people furs on consignment. Yo, take that. Went to my homies. Yo, pay me for this. Give me a little bit of this. Give me a little bit of that. But see, I was already prepared because, again, if it would have all went wrong, I had the 40,000 to back it anyway. If anybody would have jerked me.
Right.
But blessings, nobody jerked me. Everybody finally came through, paid me. Some people came straight up with the money and was able to pay me. It was a blessing. So I supplied tea in Bergen County like I was Santa Claus. And I
but that was just you, though.
Right. Always been me.
Always been your niche.
I appreciate you for that.
That
Thank you.
that part of the game was like that was the layup. I'm gonna call that part of the game the layup.
Yes.
Because for the brother to say, "Here, yo, take these furs and do your thing." Oh, what? That's nothing. I'm already knee deep in the streets where I know.
Right. And also, what he didn't know was also had a little boutique in Cliffside Park with another friend of mine where we was already selling exotic clothes at a boutique. So it was even easier for me to even, deliver it there. He didn't know that.
I didn't know you had the boutique. That's gangster.
Right, in Cliffside Park, on the side, which is a cut on the low. Eddie Murphy Pops used to come through there. And captain of the police forces from different areas used to come through, and show love. So it was just a beautiful thing how I got into the game and how blessed I was and how grateful and thankful I am for that. Because again, that's something else I wasn't expecting. I was just looking for a fur coat that day.
Right. and I gotta ask you this because the culture may not even know. You didn't go to design school for this.
Not at all. Again, respectfully, I was self-taught.
That's dope.
Because like anybody, you in the streets, you see cats getting money. Which I always see certain cats when they get dressed, I like to call it dope boy fresh. Everybody doesn't have that dope boy fresh in them, but that's the look I've always liked. That's how I implicate it to this day in anything that I wear, including what I got on today. Because I got on the hockey jersey with sweatpants with the Crocs on.
Right.
Because nobody is thinking that deep to wear a hockey jersey with the Burberry Crocs on. That's that people, with the pulled those sweatpants with the socks. This is something that me and my brother had discovered that we just started doing it. We just started liking it. And we just ran with it. People are actually liking what we're doing. And I appreciate that.
But the crazy part about it is the era that you come from, you was in the middle. Our culture was so knee deep into the clothing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it was back then for your era, because you being my OG, that was doing everything. So you it was like, oh, okay. It wasn't really even that hard. I don't feel like it was even difficult to even adapt. It was more like, yo, I see this shit every day.
Yes, most definitely.
The Rink was a fashion show.
All day long. Everybody that was somebody was at that rink, and they was coming through. How they came through, however they felt, getting fly was getting money. However they felt was getting fly, they came through. Whether it was the cars, the girls, the jewelry, the clothes, the furs, however they felt, they would get money where they would get money from, and they came through the way they came through. It was what it was.
The Rink was our runway.
Oh, triple facts. That's triple.
That was my runway. That's where I seen. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. You know what I mean? That inspired me and my team and my culture. Like, yo, okay. I want to come to school with that on.
Yeah. It's funny. As much as you remember, I don't know if you remember when I had the custom white and green 8-ball jacket.
Yes, I do. Because that's your color.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying, King? That's your color.
And it's funny when you just said, like, how I've always showed love and I give people stuff. I gave that jacket to one of the cats that used to skate with me. You know who that is. Right. I gave him that. He asked me, yo, let me have that. I said, you want this? I want to took it off my back, gave it to him.
And he skated in it.
Yes.
Let's be clear. He skated.
Yes. And also, talking about giving away something, and one of your people's, Billy Blast.
Shout out to Bill Blast.
Bill Vintage Beats and all that.
That's definitely my guy, man. I salute you. You always been supporting the history with that. He's like my little bro. I love him. I'm so proud of him, man.
Me too as well. And Billy, I'm quite close. Are you and Bill around the same age?
Bill a little bit younger than me.
A little bit younger than you. Okay. So, granted, he was running with me back then as well.
Right.
And I had a fur coat back then that was a fox with the hood.
Like the one Magic had.
And Blast said, yo, I need that one day. I said, well, today's your day. Took it off my back and gave it to him. So Bill had a fur coat when he was like 14 years old.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Running around. And really it was coming to the rink.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the rink was so legendary, people didn't mind getting in trouble. They know that you had a curfew. You know you had to be.
Say that again, because I don't think a lot of people understand. Because my mother told me, if you ain't here by 10 o'clock, we not letting you. Well, I'm not going to be here.
Right. The rink.
Tuesday night.
People out there in the world, the rink was so legendary that people were getting in trouble because you didn't want to miss nothing.
You couldn't miss
You got to understand something. Now, I don't know how true this rumor is. But they said Michael Jackson was at the rink. Now, I ain't personally see Michael Jackson.
I heard that, but I never saw him.
Now, I did see Mike Tyson.
Right.
The Biz Markies, the Teddy Rileys.
The Tupac.
The Tupacs.
The Puffs.
The Puffs. I mean, everybody else was
This
there.
is when Puff had the Bronco.
Right. Exactly. And Teddy Riley had the purple MVP
right.
with the purple BBS rims.
Come on.
Let's be crystal clear. Okay, so I
I
don't know
seen my
about,
first 850 at the ring. That's where LL came through.
yeah,
I seen my first Rose when Mike Tyson came through when he had the Rolls Royce.
yeah. So we just let you know that's how legendary it was. So what y'all doing now? Again, respectfully, I'm not saying you're not having fun. I'm just saying it ain't gonna never be another era like the Rake in Bergenfield.
Nah, that's the greatest show on earth. Let's
Yes.
just be clear.
Just be crystal
There was
clear.
no bottle service.
The whole New York City, all the hustlers and gangsters that used to go to the skate key came over to the Rake on Tuesday and Saturday because it was popping. And a lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people got in trouble. And some people did a few things strange for some change.
Just to be seen
Yeah.
on that runway in the ring.
Yeah, because they couldn't even make it home because you got to realize, people, the bus in Bergen County, they ran differently. After 12:30, it's a wrap. So you wasn't even going to get back. So you had to find a way to get back.
A lot of people didn't give a fuck.
And a lot of people-
Excuse my
and-
language.
right, and a lot of people did
didn't
not.
give a F because
They didn't.
how many joints were standing outside in front of the rink trying to get back to Harlem or North? Yo,
Yeah.
we not gonna, that's a. Let's be clear. I gotta say this now. When I do this rink
Yeah.
episode, I
Yeah.
need you a part of it
Yeah,
because you were
okay.
definitely a part of it.
Okay, no doubt. I got
Because a
you.
lot of people don't understand it was a golf course behind the rink. And I'm gonna end that. And we're gonna get back
Yeah.
to the Fur King story.
Right.
That's how epic. And I was in the building for that. You know what I'm saying? But yo, time is going. It's not. It's the '90s. Moms is gone. You elevating your game. You got the boutiques. Is the vision still big, or the vision's like Because sometimes we get tired of it and say we go on to our next endeavor. But you kept the torch going.
Yeah, the vision got bigger because my brother, shout out to one of my best friends and dearest friends, Chase Million, he was doing some management for me at the time. So when I was getting calls was going to him, and he'll let me know, hey, this is what we got going on. And I got a call in 2006 from Willis McGinnis. If anybody knows who that is, that was the football player that played defensive end, I think.
Patriots.
Yeah, for the Patriots, right. And he had a management team up there in Boston, outside of him playing football.
Right.
And he had Source Money and an R&B group at the time called 617, which is now, well, they elevated to be Metro City. And they was on the Keisha Cole show. They was signed to Universal Records.
Okay.
But the gear was horrible. So they needed somebody to come in there and clean that up. And I got the phone call. So when Chase told me, yo, you got the phone call, let's do it. Let's make a move. Let's go. The cats sent the money. They paid for our hotel. They paid for our trip. We went up there, and boom, these cats had an opportunity because they were with Keisha Cole. This is when Keisha Cole was at the top of her game.
Right, I remember.
2006.
Right.
Excuse me. Keisha Cole performed in Boston at a club called the Roxy on a Wednesday. Now, the Roxy usually is packed on Friday and Saturday. Never on Wednesday. Keisha Cole came there, it was like 2,200 people in there.
Wow.
Because the Roxy held 2,000 people. She had like 2,200 people in there. It was a big deal. So the other cats were able to come out and perform. And they performed in my Furs. And we had them right up there that night. And then it just started getting bigger because now Keisha Cole was going on tour. So
We need
now,
outfits.
So now these guys, so Keisha Cole was doing a 30-city tour. They were doing 12 cities of the 30 cities.
Okay.
But then, like anything, people start messing with your money.
The game.
Yeah, start messing with your money and stuff like that. You got the hotel manager knocking at the door, but he's knocking at our door for the money from us. He wants to know where the people, that's supposed to be paying for this stuff. So it started getting kind of hectic with that. So me and Chase was like, all right, man, we gonna make a move. But then they finally got it right. We stayed there, and then everybody started going on tour. But then y'all started playing with my money.
Okay.
So not only you not playing with the hotel money, but you're playing with my personal money now and Chase's money at this time.
Right.
So what I did was, I was on my David Dash now. Now I'm on your back. Like, yo, like, what's up? Yeah. You're like, what's up? Yo, like, what's up with my money? So they kept hitting me with the runaround. So what they did was, and I'm fine with this, they did the tour, started off the tour in Boston, Connecticut, and New York. And then it went on to where it went on.
Exactly.
So they knew I was part of that New York situation. So when we got to New York, they already had the game plan not to let you back on the bus.
Exactly.
And I was fine with that.
Right. I'd rather you let me off the bus in New York and
yeah,
let me off somewhere, Albuquerque somewhere.
Right. So I said, yo, Chase, you my guy. Cause Chase, if anybody knows Chase, he's a very laid back.
Come on, I never even seen Chase angry.
right. Boy, don't get him angry either, please. But he's a very laid back dude, and so they didn't really have a beef with Chase. So I said, Chase, just go ahead and finish up the tour, get them kids right. No, we'll talk about it later. And that's what Chase did. So Chase finished up the tour, and even though they still owed him some money, most importantly, he learned how the tour works, how it goes, what's happening. So I'm glad that he was able to have the learning experience with that. And I actually learned even for my little 3 days of being on there. I was cool with that
it's
too.
It's a start though. You know what I mean?
And got a chance to beat Keisha Cole. I even met Prince prior to that because Prince was performing back then too at the House of Blues in Boston, and I was like, wow. Like, I was this close to Prince. Like, wow. I was amazed. Like, wow, this is Prince.
He's an icon. Let's be clear.
Yeah, let's be crystal clear about that.
Be very clear.
So I was able to beat him.
It's not your local rapper. This is Prince. Let's be clear.
Right. So I was honest for that. And that's how I went. And then just from there, bro, Boston started taking like a lot of love for me. I had a cat up there. His name is Ace, but I call him Boston Ace because he's part of the culture up there. Very powerful. I never seen a cat that could walk 40 cats in the club with no problem, with sneakers on. I used to be so amazed, like, yo, this is what we doing, bro. So he put me on to a lot of people, and then eventually I moved up there to Boston. Okay. So from 2006 to 2010, I was in Boston the whole time. And I still had my spot in Jersey, because I always have 2 or 3 spots that I lay in my head, always. And people started coming down to Boston to see me, or I'll come on down, I'll start bringing work back up there to them, and just became just a different kind of animal up there, man. So Boston really, really gravitated to me, and it became one of my strongest cities that I was doing business with.
And that's dope, because up there, the culture, man, is a lot different than the New York City, New Jersey culture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They got their own way.
Yes, most definitely. And they definitely about their sports up there. Don't get them cats take sports.
Oh man, you can't even. I remember I went to Boston not even on some. I was just up there doing some work, and I had the Yankee hat on in the Home Depot. The dude said, "What you doing that on?" I said, "Yo, I'm told him it's just a fitted. Nah, you can't do that up here."
Yeah, they were serious. They be serious about that.
They serious about the ball. They're very serious about sports.
I had a guy out there. He made a personal Yankee hoodie for me that he wore. And he used to say Yankees suck. But he was my guy, so we didn't take it personal.
Of course,
but that's just what they was on.
That's what they were on.
And
can't hate that.
And guess what? And I was on what I was on. I didn't change my note either. I was on with Yankees suck. Well, Boston, the Red Sox suck.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So we used to have fun. So it was never no beef up there. It was a beautiful thing. I even brought a few people up there that you actually know. I tried to get them up there to get on to a couple of things, because see, up there it's about culture too. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of things that Boston didn't know, even in the haircut world. A lot of things they didn't know. So I brought a few people from the area up there to try to put them on. It didn't quite work out like it should have, because that's their fault though.
Right.
But and they will admit it too. They will admit it. But I tried. But Chase Million, he was like, oh no, that's money up here to be made. And Chase found the way up there and became another kind of beast up there as well. And he definitely would give me that credit, because I've always tried to put my peoples on. I've never wanted to see none of my people struggle. I've always been a person, if I can help you, I will.
Or even show you, because I ain't gonna front. Like I said, when I was younger, it was, yo, come on. It was, come on.
Yes.
It wasn't, okay, we skated, yo, we out. It was, come on, what you doing?
Most definitely.
And I had to respect that.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? And I appreciate that, because a lot of older cats probably be like, yo, man, he's a little young. Come on.
That's what it was.
It wasn't, yo, how much money you got?
Right.
You got money. It was,
right.
Come on.
Right.
We going to eat, you eating. It was never that. So I definitely can vouch for that all the way, man.
Thank you.
Yo, you're in Boston. You head back. What's the game plan? Like, yo, is we going to get another boutique? Where's the game taking you now? Because now, yo, it's bigger. It's bigger than where you was. And also, let's be clear. A lot of people don't know that you actually are using the machine. This ain't no Well, you're putting in the work. You're putting in detail. And I gotta say detail because if you know fashion, people don't understand. When you know how to get fresh, it's all about the detail too.
Of course it is.
That separates the getting fresh than getting corny. You can have all this Gucci shit on and still be whack as shit.
Oh.
We've seen it 1 billion, 100 trillion times. And you can have one small piece on and like, damn, you killed that.
No question.
So your detail game from coming from here, having that essence, going up to Boston, them gravitating to you, then you coming back, both that learning experience. You're dealing with big names, big wigs.
Oh yeah.
The mentality is different. The level of thinking is different.
Of course.
The product is different.
Most definitely.
How do you adapt it to continue to keep yourself hot? Because sometimes people fizzle out.
Of course they do. Well, see, that's when you have to learn. That's when you have to learn to keep your mind over your matter, not your matter over your mind. See, and also a lot of you understand. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't have a weakness, but I don't have that average weakness. And what I mean by that is that I never smoked a cigarette in my life.
Facts.
I never smoked weed in my life.
I never seen you drink.
Right. I barely would take a sip.
Right.
Every now and then you might catch me if I'm celebrating. I might have a Cuban cigar. I might puff that once or twice, put it out, and it's over. I just celebrated for what I want to do, and we're good for the night. So my mind has always been on that. See, when your mind is all over the place and you're undecisive, that's when you start to fall short of your shortcomings. And that's something I was never told to do. My father said something to me when I was 7 years old, rest in peace to Edwin Potter. He said, John, don't ever get high on your own supply. Now, you know, the average person says that because they talk about the drug game. My father was talking about everything.
Exactly.
Because anything of too much is not good for you. Even water.
Even
you drink
going
too
to
much
church.
water. Right. Exactly. And that's the truth. So when I learned it and I adapted it at 7, 8 years old, I said, oh, this is what we talk about. Then as I got older, you start seeing the movies, don't get high on your own supply. And I get that too. Yeah, you sniff up your own product, how you going to make any money? Yeah. That's how the average kingpin and drug dealer falls off anyway, because now you're indulging in stuff that's making your brain think crazy. Your brain's starting to turn into mush. So when I adapted the mind over matter, not matter over mind, that's when I started to elevate it. And then as social media jumped into play, because now again, if I was making it without the computer, what do you think I'm going to do with the computer?
Flood it.
So I already adapted. And what I do is I always learn just enough to keep it pushing. I don't overextend myself. Like, for example, if you ask me, do I know how to sew? I know how to sew. But I don't want to be a slave to nothing. That's why I can move around the way I move around. Somebody can call me right now, hey, yo, P, what you doing? I'm at the podcast. Well, listen, I need you to help me move when you get done. I can go help you move because I run my own show. Right. I don't have to, oh, man, my boss, I can't. I'm going to do it overtime today. I don't have to do any of that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm glad that I put myself in a position not to be a slave to nothing unless I choose to be a slave. I'm just not a slave to nothing. I have to move around and make moves. Like, even at the store, when my partner asked me, yo, you want to work inside the store or you want to work outside the store? Outside the contract. I want to work outside the store. Because outside the store, I can move around and do what I want to do and make more money than I can ever make inside the store. Yeah, I'm inside the store, I'm getting paid, but not like.
It's a different feeling.
Yes.
It's cool. Like they say, we outside.
Yeah, I just love being outside and meeting people and seeing people. People get to see, yo, where you get that from? That's fly, you what you got on, bro. What you do for a living? I love to tell people that, man. It's just a beautiful thing, Dion, man. I really, really love what I do. Like Biggie Smalls said, I'm married to this joint. You cats are still engaged. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be able to really catch me in fashion because I do this full time. Again, respectfully, have nothing against anybody that has a job. Now, this is what I will say about people that have a job. If you have a job, right, you should take that. If you're gonna own your own business one day, of course you should start taking some of that money and put towards your dream to make it happen. But it does bother me a little bit when people have their own business on the side, but you're talking about your job more than you're talking about the business. When you come home off a 8 or 10 hour shift, you should come on home and do another 8 on your business. Put the same amount of time that you put into somebody else's business so you can become this entity. that you're trying to become. And a lot of people don't do that. And then what also bothers me too is when somebody might say, well, yo, man, I ain't gonna lie, this year, man, I made $5 million for the company. So you made $5 million for another cat, and you ain't got $2,500 in your bank account? Something wrong with that. And we need to figure that out.
That's facts, because it goes back to what you said. Sometimes we become a slave,
Right.
to everything else.
Right, because guess what? If you die tomorrow, the job is going to replace you.
Facts.
See, and here's my thing. And somebody said to me one time, they said, yo, P, man, I got to ask you a question. I said, yo, why are you, like, more like he was asking me, like, not why I'm against working with somebody else, just, I guess, kind of, why would I? Because, yo, I'm not going to have somebody, Dion, who's a toenail ahead of me, come back down and tell me I'm fired. You ain't the boss. I feel some way behind that. Like, for me, no, you're going to have...
And that's your opinion. Yeah, you got to respect that.
You're going to have... I need the boss to come fire me. Not no supervisor, no manager. I need the boss to come fire me. So when I thought like that, I was like, oh, man, you know what? I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing and believe in the man upstairs. And, you know, with the blessings, he will guide me to do the right thing. Now, just because I own my own business don't mean everything is peachy. Because it ain't. But one thing about me, Dion, is I embrace the struggle. I love it. I love when I get in the gym. Because I know I'm a hustler. And I know I'll come out of it. Because at the end of the day, I got to kill my food every single day in order for me to eat. I don't believe in fallbacks. So when people are talking to me, we're going to have a different type of conversation. And I don't want nobody to ever think that I'm coming off wrong or I'm coming off disrespectful, because I'm not. I'm just saying, you're talking to a beast. You're talking to a guy who every day has to figure out what I'm going to eat today. I'm in the jungle when I'm out there in New York City. The jungle's real life. The only difference is, instead of dealing with lions and elephants and bears, I'm dealing with crackheads, killers, and robbers, scammers, and everything else. See, I'm amongst those people. So I got to be another kind of beast when I'm out there as well. See, and the beast that I am is that I feel like, you know, they say that the lion's the king of the jungle. It's a possibility he could be that, but I'm the tiger. I'm the tiger. I'm a beast too. And I'm also got the mind of a dolphin, which means I'm smarter than all of y'all.
Right.
Because a dolphin's smarter than the shark.
Exactly.
I know how to dibble around you, get around you, and beat you at your own game because I'm faster than you and I'm smarter than you. So I have the mind of certain animals that make me tick when I'm in the jungle. And sometimes in life, I can't always kill the main meal. You know, I might not be able to kill the giraffe today. I might not be able to kill an elephant. So I got to settle for a rabbit. I got to settle for a weasel. I'm cool with that. And when I say rabbit and weasels in real form of food, that might be a peanut butter and jelly sandwich for the night. That might be a tuna fish sandwich. And there's nothing wrong with that because I eat that anyway. I'm not against it. I'm not like, oh my God, I ain't got no money. I can't eat a peanut butter. No, it's just that today wasn't the day I went to go hunt for the giraffe. I wasn't able to get him today, so but I still got to eat. So let me get a little peanut butter and jelly to get me through the night, and then tomorrow I'll work on see can I get the big fish tomorrow.
But you know what? It's funny you say that because a lot of people can't even understand that. A lot of people, you know, they get discouraged. They get frustrated. They get burnt out because it's not going the way they want to go. And at the end of the day, I watched you always keep going. That's one thing I can't take away. I never saw, if I saw you, we've all seen each other at points where we was at points.
Right.
If a brother tell you they didn't, yo, stop fronting.
Right.
We all go through that.
Right, of course.
We all hit rock bottom. But what makes us great is how we come out those rocks. And when we make that surface and we pave that thing out.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? And sometimes, man, without no struggle, there's no progress. You got to go through these bumps and bruises. It's all about how you take it. You know what I'm saying? And listen, this game that we play, whether you in the streets, out the streets,
right?
Yo, it's mind-boggling how people can forget where they came from or what it takes to get to a certain level. Now, when I say that means, I'm going to be honest. I never heard nobody say, yo, that bullshit, yo, he beat me out. I gave him a deposit and he did. I've always, yo, okay, that's P's word. I seen a cat with a white bomber on with white fur and I already knew who made it. I said, yo, I like that. That's my man's work.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
I've seen ladies with the headbands on.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
And I say this to say, I know where my brother came from.
Right.
I remember my man had tires in the garage.
Yes.
But to be now, 20 years later, still see him be successful, prosperous, not in jail,
Right.
not out here begging, not
Right.
out here scamming, scheming,
Right.
hustling cats.
Right.
Always see you with your your packages, moving, shaking, baking. Might have the hood on, might be low key.
Yeah.
But no, it's the movement. And people feel to realize, yo, you can't always be in the limelight.
Nah, man. I always try to tell people, like, like if you've been paying attention, meaning not just you but anybody, and you see certain events that I be at, you ever notice I'm probably the only one from the county at them events because I've earned the right
To be in the building.
because they invite me to these things. They want me to come. They want me to be a part of this. And I've been very grateful and thankful that Puma, because I'm working on something. A lot of people been asking me, like, they see me with a lot of Pumas. And they be like, yo, you got to deal with Puma. And I'm just not jinxing myself, so I don't really say nothing. So
You don't want to put it out there before it's.
right.
I get it.
Right. But it's definitely been small talks about that. And I've been blessed. Like when people talk about fashion in Bergen County, don't get me wrong, there's a few people that throw it on and everybody got their own style, what they do and stuff like that. But I'm a little more immersed in fashion than a lot of people because I'm really behind the scenes. I'm really in the factories. I'm really there. I'm really front row at the fashion shows. I'm really behind the scenes with the models. I don't see more nude models than you can imagine. 'Cause
Right.
when you're behind the scenes, like, you see it all.
Plus, you see the scraps.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it's always a blessing to know, like, when I caught up with the Dave East thing. Yes, I don't know if you see that. Yes,
Yeah,
I was with Dave
that was
East
dope,
yesterday.
the Theodoras.
Yeah, I mean, the man embraced me the way he did because I met Dave a couple of times and he signed a special hat for me. He had a hat from his company and he had put his best friend that died, Shooter. And I think that's the only hat he signed with Shooter on it. So when I bought it to him yesterday just to show him, he kind of got a little mushy because that's his best friend, and the hat was in prestige shape. I had the hat for 3 years. He like, wow, dog, this is.
But you also knew what that hat meant.
On top of that, right, and then buy the sneaker because the sneaker was a dope sneaker. See, and that's the thing about me. I'm not gonna just buy it just because you're famous or because you're black. No. I'm gonna buy what I like if the work is good.
Respectfully.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just because guess what? That's like you say that's like your friend's mother having a soul food restaurant and you done got sick from it 3 times. You done got food poison. How you gonna promote that?
Or even go back to it.
Or go back. You can't promote that. So just because you black, no, I'll give you a try. But if you got me messed up on the inside,
I'm gonna leave you alone, but I might not dog you.
No, I ain't gonna dog you.
I'm not gonna dog you. I'm just not
Yeah.
going there.
Right. So I will support anybody who has good quality and is doing the right thing, no matter what color you are.
Right.
Because I support everybody who got something that's fly. And I'm in a position now to where packages are coming to my door religiously and I don't have to pay for nothing at this point.
Yeah, I mean, you built that, though. You built that relationship.
Yeah, so I just want to be clear on that. Like, don't even try to even mess with me in fashion, because I'm a different type of animal at this time, and I really, really get things delivered to me. I'm talking about from London, from Australia. These type of packages are coming to me in such an abundance.
I mean, your name counts. I mean, at the end of the day, let's be clear, it counts. And
Yes.
when you count, it is what it is. You know what I mean? And before we go further, I want to touch on something. Shout out to my brother Scoop, who's running with Dave East, collaborating. You know what I mean? That gear with him, man, too, as well. The young brother, man, I had up here a couple of shows ago. Shout out to him. He was my very first guest for this new season, man. He's been running with East. He's been putting a lot of the product out there with that from the ground on the dirt.
Yes.
That's shout out to him, man. And it's dope to see my brothers from my community interacting, but also in the building. A lot of brothers say they in the building, but they really outside the fence.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The brother tell you, yeah, that's my man. That's your man, but why you never in the building?
Yo, I seen a lot of people.
And you know this personally, but you hear that, especially in this business.
Yeah, and I see a lot of rappers that's getting sneaker deals, but you keep saying this is your man, but you'll never have a pair of sneakers. Now, I'm not saying that can't be from you maybe asking too much and he might have gave you too much and now he's like, at least support me every now and then. It could be that. Or it could be, that's not really your man like that.
It's either or. You know what I mean? Let's pick one. It's crazy. I just seen a post with Cam and Jada talking about that with the tickets for the Apollo. Like, yo, come on, support me. I've been doing this for 20 years. Buy a ticket.
Yeah.
So you're right. You hit that on the head.
Yeah.
Support.
Yeah. You know,
it costs you nothing.
You know what? It is cool, right? Like, even like with haircuts, right? A lot of people will tell me, yo, P, your money ain't no good. Okay. But I'll still go in my pocket at least and still give you 20. Now, what you do with it is on you, but I appreciate that you would not charge me because that's what you feel. But I'm still going to give you something because I still got to give you something for your time, whether you accept it or not. So a lot of clothes that I get, I always tell people, yo, man, you don't have to do the no, man, your money ain't no good. When I see something, I always say, how much? They look at me like, dog, you bugging. Yo, get that man a size 12 or get him a double X in a t-shirt. And I just laugh because I really go in there really wanting to support. But if you're going to give it to me, then I'm not going to turn it down either.
Let's talk about this Dapper Dan thing. I seen you in the building with the legendary Dap. I seen the sneakers. I wasn't even going to call you and talk about it. I said, I'm going to bring you. I can't wait to get you on the show and talk about it. I'm not going to front me being a clothes fanatic, addict. That was real. That was different. That was fire. You know what I mean? And I know he had to, you know what I mean? He didn't have to pay the homage that he paid. And when I saw that, I smiled. Because I said, yo, he's giving him his flowers, but he's also paying homage to my man. Because at the end of the day, let's be clear, man. People don't have to pay homage. We get to a certain point, some people like, yeah, whatever. But when I saw the picture, and I kept seeing the movement and the traction, I said, yo, my man P, that's fire, because Dap ain't have to do that. But he paid homage to what you bring to the table. Now, as a designer, I gotta ask you, man, that how did that make you feel, champ? Cause that, I mean, it's crazy. He finally gets his just due, but Dap's been doing this shit since. Come on.
Yeah, Dap been doing this since '83, and like I said, he paved the way for me. See, when it comes to designers, Ralph Lauren is my favorite overall designer.
Exactly.
And when it comes to Dapper Dan, he's my favorite street legend designer because Ralph Lauren got it from the mud too, but Dap got it from the mud. Dap got it from the swamp.
He went and got it from the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, he got it from the bottom of the barrel, and even when they took him down, he still found a way to support his family. And then when Gucci came up and gave him, the
flowers that he was finally supposed to get.
Then you got that. Then you went and got the one and done, the two and done Gap deal, and now Puma is giving you a chance. So I just feel that, and then and I won't get back on it, but this is why these awards are so important to me, because here it is. I've been in the game 25 years successfully, like you said. Puffy just got an award, a Lifetime Achievement Award. That was 29 years. Or 27 years, and then Dapper Dan just got an award, which is like 30 years later as well. So it felt good to be amongst those superstars to get these awards amongst cats that been in the game longer than me. You know what I'm saying? So I was honored that when I get opportunities to go to the events, I can beat Dap or I can beat Dave and stuff like that. It's always going to touch me because I know that everybody doesn't get that type of opportunity.
Right, and you did it from the mud, the swamp yourself, champ.
Yes. And like I said, we're not gonna. What I'm not gonna do is I'm not gonna discredit my mother and father. When I was young, I was a very spoiled cat. My mother, I was born into money, and I was grateful for that. But as I got older, I learned how to become a man very early. So that's when I said, okay, mom and dad, because if my mom and dad was alive right now to this day, they would have still found a way to indulge in this.
Of course.
Because that's just what it was with me. I was always a good kid. I didn't bother nobody. I deserved everything that I got. Of course I got in trouble as a kid. I got a couple of weapons, small little things like that, but it wasn't nothing never major. So I was grateful and thankful to to be able to be the type of man I became, Dion, because nobody showed me how to get through this fashion industry because nobody was doing it from our way like I'm doing it. So nobody was able to show me.
Right.
I every connection I got on my own. And I made a lot of mistakes too. But that's why I can help a lot of people now. Because I know all the mistakes for you not to make if you're trying to come this way. I know exactly where to take you, where to go. I got people to this day that still call me. Yo, I'm in New York, man. I need to get this, I need to get that. Where you get it from? Oh, yo, go over here on this certain street, you know what I'm saying? Tell them the Fur King sent you. You know, that type of stuff. So I don't mind helping people, but I do mind, I just don't like people being sneaky. And sometimes,
Well, you know that's.
and sometimes taking credit they ain't supposed to take.
Pete,
And,
you've been in this game,
Yeah, I
in these
know.
streets. You've been around it all.
Forever
That's
and a day.
that comes with the territory.
Of course it does, and and we need to be more honorable. And a lot of people stop they longevity with people like me because you don't even understand that you got a shortcut when it comes to me. Meaning, like, you don't know what I'm thinking of. You know what I'm saying? Like you didn't know I was giving you that today.
No.
You didn't know that. This wasn't planned. There wasn't nothing that was discussed. This was just me saying, hey, when you come to somebody else's house, man, you bring them a little something, show them you appreciate them, and what they do with it, they do with it. This is who I've always been. I done gave away so much stuff. I gave away fur slide. I done gave away fur headbands. I done gave away a lot of stuff. And some people was appreciative. Some people weren't.
But that's what makes you so blessed, though.
Exactly. And the people that
Given it shall be given unto you.
Exactly. And the people who do that, I have people that be like, yo, P, man, girls too. Yo, I need to come with you to Fashion Week. Can you please take me to Fashion Week? I got no problem taking you. If I can make it happen, I'll make it happen. People that want to come to certain parties of me. I don't know if you see the picture I had with Wyclef.
Yeah.
See, I mean, this is the kind of people I'm around. I'm invited to these things, though.
You're in the building. It goes back to what we said. You're in the building.
Yeah, this is not me just being around. And, oh, there go Wyclef, and I'm going to go. No, I actually got receipts. I'm invited, VIP access, the Fur King +2. You know, usually they say +1. I got powerful enough with +2, +4 if I want to. I can do +10 depending on how we move it. So
Right.
I try to invite people to these kind of things, but I'm not gonna tolerate you not wanting to come. If you making excuses, because I feel people make time for what they choose to make time for. If you're scared of this type of success, I'm not the person to be around. You don't be around me. Because that means you're scared. That means you're either scared of my success, and then you're scared of what I'm going to bring to the table. See, a lot of people think they be doing big things, but you really don't be doing big things. It might be big things to you, but it's not really big things to me. Because at the end of the day, when you're on the seesaw, you need two people to be on the seesaw so it can balance out.
Right.
See, a lot of people on the seesaw sitting down on the ground because you ain't got nobody to balance you out. These companies that invite me, they balance me out. Because when I come there, it's love, bro. I mean, and this is something that I never in my life thought I would be doing. I didn't ask for this, Dion. I didn't ask for this. I didn't. I just want to make clothes and say I design clothes for myself. And whoever wanted it, I probably would have just gave it away because that's the kind of person I am. But then I just became this other kind of animal with this game, and now here we are.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, too, Champ, let's be clear. The proof is in the pudding. It's not just you talking about it, you're seeing it.
Yeah, I know. I appreciate you for acknowledging it because people need to hear that, you know. And I'm not mad at nobody, man, for anybody who doesn't come to me. You know, shout out to my sister Elle. Y'all know Elle. She had the hair company called Racy's Hair Products. And she had told me something that blew my mind. And I wasn't thinking about it. But, you know, I started doing the T-neck hats. And because I'm from T-neck. I did a couple of Inglewood hats. I did a couple of Inglewood hats too. I did a couple of Hackensack hats. I did a couple of Brooklyn. So I do hats. If somebody want them, I'll do them. But when I started doing the T-neck hats, I was just doing it because
I love of the culture. It was the love of the culture.
Right, and I thought it was cool to do it. But with little sis Elle told me, yo, you embracing T-neck like how cats from Harlem embrace Harlem. How cats from Newark embrace Newark.
Right.
How cats from Patterson. I'm from Patterson. I ain't from the world. I'm from P-Town. You know what I'm saying? I'm from New Brunswick.
Right.
She told me that. She said, yo, you do shit. I don't know if you know or not, but them T-neck hats, that's what you're doing. You really embrace it. You're from the neck. You are from T-neck, New Jersey. And it is no qualms about that. And I said, wow. Because when I do that, I was just doing it for the love. I wasn't thinking it as far as she was thinking. I was just doing it just because I just thought it was something cool to do for T-Neck.
Right.
That's all I thought. But she put that to my attention, so I wanted to thank her.
And you got the chain.
Well, yeah. Again, you know, me and my little brother M Cargo, shout out to him. Yeah, we felt like that's where we from. We from T-Neck, and I also felt that nobody in Bergen County history has ever did a chain represent their city or town. So we just decided to do it, and it's a blessing, man, that we was able to do it, and I can say we were the first to do it. Again,
That's what it's kind of all about, being the first.
Again,
that's what we strive to do. That's what we're culture's about.
Right.
We want to be the first.
Yes, we definitely set the trends. Like, you know, like everybody to this day that don't know, Dion can vouch for it. Anybody that's not hating can vouch for it. I had one of the meanest whips out here in the '80s with the Green Wagon. The Greenmobile was. Come on, man. We talking spokes and Vogues. We talking TV in the car back then. We talking about a manual stash box back then. We talking about a system. We talking late '80s with this particular car that I had. Then we could take it a little farther. We gonna set trends. Let's set trends then. I was the first cat out here in Bergen County with the Elite 250 scooter.
Facts.
When everybody had the 150, I had the 250.
Then Hot Rod went and got the 250. Shout out to Hot Rod. He
Right.
went and got that.
Yes.
He went and got that immediately.
Yes, most definitely. So if we gonna talk about setting trends, I've been setting trends from then all the way till now. It doesn't stop for me. Now I've gotten older, so a lot of things that I'm not into like I used to be.
Right.
You know, I'm more like I like to be chauffeured around. I do. I like people to come get me and drive me around. I might order. I might get the car service thing, and they bounce me around. I like jumping out in the back seat. I like to relax and be on my phone and doing business and stuff like that. And I jump on the bus and all that too as well. But I like to be chauffeured around. I'm not into the cars like I used to be. Now, do I have a few? Yes, I do. I still do have a few cars, but I don't really drive them no more. Like, that's not a big deal for me. Like it was back when we was in the race.
You know what I mean?
Not
We
like
grow
that.
out of certain things. Been there and done that.
Yeah, been there and done that. But what I'm not going to tolerate is when people always talk about what they used to do. I don't want to hear about what you used to do. What are you doing now? That's fine what you did back then, but what are you doing right now as we speaking? As me and Dion's having this conversation, what are you doing right now? That's what I want to know, because that shows me the elevation, that how you, like you just said, I keep it going. I never fell off in fashion in my life or my career. I've always found a way to keep it pushing. And like I said, I embrace the struggle, Dion. I like when I'm caught up and I'm jammed up, I don't never be like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Man, who can I call? I sit here and I talk to this man. He said, yo, you good. Don't worry about a thing. And that's why if you ever see my post on Instagram, respectfully, I know people say God is good. And he is. God's the greatest. And he is.
Facts.
But in my eyes, he's everything.
Facts.
He's everything. So with that, I ain't gonna never go wrong. So when I get caught up in the struggle, I embrace it. That's what we doing? Is this what we doing, Lord? Cool, so bring it at me. I'm cool. Whatever you gonna throw at me, bring it. I promise you I'm gonna get through it. I don't care what it is. Here I am today, bro.
Yeah.
Here I am
going.
today. Steve, and I'm gonna. This is to the casket drop with me. I'm gonna die doing fashion. So
Just get tired of him now. That's what he's saying.
Yeah, because it ain't gonna stop for me, because I love what I do. I don't pretend to do fashion. See, a lot of people I might wear a cap, but I don't cap. You know what I'm saying? I might wear some caps, but I don't cap. You know what I'm saying? And I've been around a lot of real people in my life, you know, and I've been around a lot of good people. And of course, you
Been
have
around some fuckheads too.
Of course, I was
And
gonna say that. Yeah. But I'll say this though, and here's a gem for the world and you. I never lost nobody in my life. You know why? Because all the real ones are still here.
Facts.
So whoever's still here, those are the real ones that deserve to be here. Anybody else that's not here, that's why in any relationship, whether it's a family member relationship, a girlfriend, or just a regular friend, a business friend, if you ain't in my life, man, then you don't deserve to be here. So personally, I never lost nobody in my life ever, because all the real ones are still here, including yourself.
Appreciate that, King.
You understand what I'm saying? You know, and I appreciate people that show love when it comes to the game, like you was talking about all the furs and stuff like that. Like, you know, shout out to Big L, that bought a lot of slides off me. Shout out to Shannon from Hackensack.
Right.
Sent me a lot of people, including one of your coats for your lady.
Right.
And among other people. Shout out to all the people who passes people on to me. I'm never going to forget people like that because I know where it comes from. And I appreciate it. You don't have to, but y'all do though.
Right.
And I come through, and I've been known to finish up people's coats in less than 24 hours. I've been known to knock people's coats out. I give people the best prices I can get. Actually, a lot of people say I'm charging too low. You know what I'm saying? I have people tell me, like, dog, how much? No, dog, nah. That's too low. Let me give you a couple extra more dollars. I don't have people do that to me. So I got to be grateful for what I'm doing because I know what I'm doing is the right thing.
And you know where that comes, but that comes from your home, though. Let's be clear. That also comes from the essence of where you came from. That didn't just come from out the blue. That comes from your earth and your physical, who installed that in you at a young age, and you took that with you. That's why you able to be the home run hero that you are today. Because let's be clear, it's not a mistake that you're in the building.
No.
It's not a mistake.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? It might have not been planned,
right?
But it wasn't a mistake,
right? I have a certain models, right? Like I hate when people say, "I'm grown. I can do what I want to do." I mean, I guess to a degree you're grown, but I'm more of a literal sense of God when you say that. So when I hear somebody say I'm grown, that means when you get in trouble or whatever's going through, don't call nobody. Since you so grown,
too big for your britches.
Yeah, so you so grown. Don't call nobody for nothing when you go through it at all. Since you so grown, that's one of my little pet peeves. I don't like that. And I also feel that this might go over some people's heads, but it's a reality for me. Of course, when your mother and father is alive, depending on your upbringing, of course you want to respect your mother and father to the most possibility of respecting them without embarrassing them.
Right.
But I feel that the real balance of that and the reality of that is when your mother and father are gone and you still hold the same value just like if they was alive. And a lot of people tell me, like a lot of people, they know my mother and father died. They told my mother and father was still alive because of the way I carried myself. They don't realize my mother and father been dead over 20 years. My father died in 97. My mother had back-to-back deaths. My father died in 97. My mother died in 98. I was best friends with both of them. It crushed me to this day. I can't feel no more pain. That's the worst pain.
Yeah.
That's the worst pain you can ever feel, you know, and it crushes my heart. Because holidays are not the same like no more. You know, Christmas was gorgeous for me. Birthdays, because when they was alive, I used to celebrate. I don't celebrate it like I used to no more because they're gone. Right? This is like the first year I got back into like my birthday and Christmas this year. You know, I got a few little sisters. They showed me some love on my birthdays, especially my one little sister showed me a lot of love. It's on my Instagram and all that. Matter of fact,
yeah, that was dope.
Matter of fact, yeah, we ate at Dre's shop. And she took me to Dre's restaurant. We ate at Dre's, celebrated at Dre's restaurant. That day it was a blessing, you know. And it's just that I just feel like I'm showing you that whether my mother and father is alive or not, I'm still showing you all the respect even without them being here. Because a lot of things I can now do that I was taught not to do. But I don't do it just because, well, my mom's here. Well, now let me go over here and,
let me be a fuck off.
Yeah, let me do that. Yeah, I don't do that.
Let me forget the morals and the essence.
Right, and I can't do that. So I wish more people would take heed to that. And understand that, again, I don't know how everybody's parents taught people and stuff like that, but I know how I was taught. And I was taught with morals and respect and do the right thing. Now, am I perfect? Of course I'm not, because if I was perfect, I'd be God. I'm not God. But I definitely do more right than I ever do wrong. And honestly, Dion, have you ever heard of me being any beast?
Man.
Yeah, let me tell you something, B. I might have had 4 fights in my lifetime. 4. And that's just for somebody picking with me, thinking I might have been soft. Not realizing I'm a different type of beast when it comes to that as well. But I never had no physical beef. You're not gonna ever hear in the street, yo, P did that, or yo, P with that. Like, and another thing, and this again, respectfully, like in certain games, I don't play with certain people. Okay, everybody has like a little crew that they mess with, right? And that's fine. Do you? Me and Chase, we have a hands-off policy. Triple facts. If that is your wife, I don't look at her. I don't know what she looks like. I don't even care. Because you made it clear that is my wife. That means something to me. I see Chase. If you know Chase, or if you know me, or anybody, you know certain guys. You know what they like as far as women. You know what they pretty much date pretty much good looking women.
Right.
So you don't have to ask me. Oh word! I saw Chase with his girl today. Oh word! I ain't seen Chase in a long time. Oh yeah. Yo, how Chase girl looking? You're not gonna get that question out of me. If you know Chase, you sure already know what he's dealing with. See, so I don't play that game with people. So you'll never hear anybody come to you talking about, yo, Potter did that behind your back. Yo, Potter's a sucker. Yo, man, Potter over there knocking your thing. I just don't do it. It's just not my jush.
And people find to be, some people get so caught up. It's like it becomes a wave.
Yes.
It's everywhere because I've been in a few states. I lived in a couple locations, so it's not just Bergen County.
Right.
It's everywhere.
Right.
Especially within our black culture, because I can't talk about no other culture because I'm black.
Right.
But we love playing with each other's joints, try to get the upper hand, which is at the end of the day, and you know me personally.
Yeah.
I'm the same way with my crew.
Right.
Oh, that's my sister.
Right.
Even if she stopped dating my man, that's still my sister.
And that's another thing too. When I say these girls are my sisters, I really treat them like my real sister.
Right.
I would never have sex with my real sister.
Right.
And I treat it the same way, even though biologically we're not, related. I still treat you like my real sister. I'm just
the respect level.
Yeah, I'm just a different type of guy, though. I just don't believe, because a lot of people do that. Oh, that's my sister, to try to play it off because you might have your main piece, so you try to, and I understand the
whole
notion
ships of it.
Yeah, I understand the notion of it, but I just don't think it's just a corny movement. If I say you're really my sister, you're really my sister. Period. Now, what I was taught one time from a lady, which is dope. I remember one time I was calling a girl my sister. And I never thought nothing of it because I didn't think nothing of it. And one day I dropped her off and she was like, yo, can I ask you a question? I said, yeah, what's up? She goes, have you ever noticed when you say bye sis, I never say bye big bro? I said, well, now that you say it, yeah. She said, because I was trying to get with you.
Right. She ain't look at you as the bro.
Right. And I didn't really look at her as a sister either. That's just what we were because I didn't see the connection at the time. So I was just like, okay, little sis, you know what I'm saying? But she left the door open. So if it ever went down, it wouldn't be like what me and you were discussing.
Exactly.
So she taught me game on that. And that was dope. And shout out to my man Leroy, man. Big Leroy Salters is out there, man, in Jamaica, man. Good dude. That's one of my guys I used to run with, man. Real thorough, respectful dude. We was talking one time about the difference between tricking. Like, we were talking about the game tricking, and he was talking about tricking and showing flavor is two different things. And we was just talking about it. He was like, yeah, tricking it when somebody is trying to do something to get something.
It's a trick.
Right, exactly. Showing flavor is you really doing it from the heart, and you don't want nothing from it. We was out one time, and I just remember like it was yesterday. We was out one time. We saw some girls. We were riding around 8th Avenue. These girls jumped in the truck with us and all that stuff. And honestly, I remember that whole day, man. I don't even think we asked for girls their name. They just hung out with us because we were fly cats coming out the Big 4 running and all that. And they were just running with us all day long. And we went to the mall. We bought them some sneakers and stuff, things like that. And I ain't gonna lie, the girls like, yo, you don't want our information? We're like, no, we'll see you again. They were so blown away. They were looking for us like crazy.
They wanted y'all to be on their backs. What we doing? Okay, I bought you these sneakers. Where we staying at tonight? Y'all staying at my crib?
Right.
In the room?
Right. So they
was looking for the thirst.
Yeah.
And y'all didn't give them that.
And we didn't give them that. But then we found out that they was looking for us because now they started to realize like, yo, these guys is different. These guys ain't even ask for no sex or nothing. They just really show love. And I learned that, man, just to show the love. Man, I don't want nothing from it, man. They always say there's a reason for everything. But it is. But when I do something, there's no tit for tat with me. If I give you something, like I gave you that, I don't want nothing else. I don't care if I don't ever come back on the show again. I did that because I wanted to do it. Like I said,
Right.
this wasn't no discussion. This was something I felt like, you know what? I watched the show. I see what you're doing. I didn't really see any type of advertisement from you. Not saying that you're not going to get that done. I didn't see any in the shows that I was watching. You know what? Maybe get this man something to represent him so it can start off to what he's trying to do. And whatever you take it, man, there's a blessing for that.
Right.
And I did that from the heart and from the start. And again, you know me. I've always been this way, Dion. I don't never shy away from people. I done gave away fur coats. I done gave away leather jackets. I done gave away a lot of things, bro. I do. And I feel that I don't get the credit that I deserve.
Hold up, you do. That's why I said to reach out to you and give you that and bring you to the platform. Because I need the culture to understand about the man that you are. We talked about some things, and we talked about, like you just said just now, not wanting nothing. That's why you're able to have the longevity in this game. That's why the awards are sitting here. That's why your phone is constantly keep ringing. It's because of what you're bringing to the game, and you're bringing it not looking for nothing in return.
I'm not, dear. I swear to God, I don't clean people fur coats for free. I don't give away headbands. I done had girls talk about fur cake design. I know I really don't know you like that. I ain't gonna lie.
It just ain't there.
My bad. I didn't get nothing for Christmas. Oh, you did? What's your address? Might send you 3 pairs of socks. Might send you a headband. But in my mind, I'm also saying, damn. How long you been with this man? 6 years, 7 years, 8 years. Damn. If I would have, and I'm looking like I can see that you are a good person, and you might be the woman for me, but I can't do but so much because you're tied up in a relationship with somebody who's mistreating you or whatever they doing to you. But I still try to find a way to show love. Okay, meet me in New York on 31st Street. I got something for you. Here's a headband for you. Oh my God, Paul. I don't know what to say. What can I do for you? Nothing. I mean, just like that, and a lot of cats would have took advantage of that because like
it's
again,
the trick.
Because again, I understand the notion. I understand now. You done wheeled her in. Now it's like, oh, whatever I want.
Nah.
I will let that become another situation at another time when God feels that's right. If it's a situation where you might call me and you might be like, yo, I know I ain't been around in the last 3 months because I was at my mother's house and I broke up with homeboy, and now you trying to start something with me, that could be a possibility. But that's the only way I will indulge. I'm not indulging because I know that you feel so emotional, loved at this point because I gave you something knowing that this man didn't give you nothing. I gave it to you because I just felt that you deserve it. Now, if he's being a jack off and not treating you right, then that's a personal situation. That's something that you got to figure out. But that's not my job to come in and save the day. I just wanted you to have a little something because you said you didn't get nothing for Christmas. This is the kind of guy I've always been.
Facts, and you definitely have. Champ, as we move into the future, man, I wanna salute you on something that you did, man, and I'm gonna say R.I.P. to my brother, man, my brother L. That joint you did, man. That coat you did for him was, wow, that was so special, man. And every time I see that picture, man, it's like, yo, the work that you put in for that joint, and you know who I'm talking about. You know what I mean? He got, he lost, you know what I'm saying? We lost a young, he's younger than both of us. You know what I'm saying? Our brother Lloyd. That piece you did for him was so fire. I just gotta I always wanted to tell you that. And you did a couple of joints for him. You know what I mean?
Which person?
Big Lloyd. That one with the hood. The gray joint with the black collar that's retarded. The mink. Big Lloyd.
I did so many. Yes, from Patterson.
Yeah. That was epic. And Lloyd, the reason why it was so epic for me, because Lloyd's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's not your average size.
No.
So that was some work.
Yeah.
And to see the smile on his face, and every time he rocked that, and the responses people got, I used to just kind of sit back sometimes, and I smile on the strength of both of y'all. Because it's like, yo, when you know somebody personally, you know where they came from, you know what they doing, you see they work, but you see the world embracing it. it's like, damn, that shit fire. And Lloyd is a big boy. So that just wasn't any piece. That's a significant part of, I don't know for you, but me personally, I feel like that's a very significant part of your collection because you had Lloyd looking like the model.
Yeah, Lloyd definitely was a big dude. And even his wifey at the time, she was very top heavy.
And you did her joint that was retarded.
Yeah, so even a lot of the coats that she couldn't fit, I made fit.
Right.
And
you made it look very good on both of them.
I appreciate that. And Lloyd definitely, if I had to think about it, Lloyd came through, got 1, 2, 3.
He got
4, 5, 6. Between him and his wifey, all together, they probably did about 7 coats.
Right.
With me. Definitely about, I think, 4 for her, 3 for her, and he was coming to get 2 more. But he had lost his life the way he lost his life. So it had hurt me when I had saw that. And I put that up on my page too, to pay homage. It's just unfortunately, but thank you, man, for noticing these things. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like, thank you, because I be forgetting sometimes. I do so much work for people.
And I felt it was mandatory that I bring that to the table because when I see the embracing and I see the culture loving it's special to me. I respect it. I have to respect it. You know what I mean? And it's an honor to see these trophies. It's an honor to sit down with you. It's an honor to see you doing your thing. Before we get out of here, man, I need you to let the culture know what's coming up, what's next, without spilling too many beans. But let the culture know where they can find you, if they need to get in contact with you, and just, what we doing in 2023, man?
Well, people, I got a couple of movies that's getting ready to come out. Definitely stay tuned on Tubi, because it's a cat that I see. He's doing big things. He's around, and he's wore some of my stuff before.
Not to cut you off, King, but let's be clear. I need everybody to understand. My man is global too. This is not just a Bergen County, New York City, Boston.
No.
It's interviews. It's things that have taken place in other countries.
Yes.
That I have to also let the culture understand very clearly. So this is not just a local situation. This is also global. So this is why I need y'all to tap in now before you miss out.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, most definitely. And so look out on Tubi as time goes on. I will inform everybody. And you'll go start seeing my clothes a little bit more on those type of networks. I did a few acting gigs myself. Very honored that had a speaking role in a part where they had me playing the snitch, which I was like, yeah, I really am acting here. Because I ain't never snitched in my life, but that's never here and there. But definitely look out for that. And look out for, I'm working on a book, and the book is going to be more about my fashion life, not so much about me. It's going to be more about the fashion. I need people to really tap in to understand what fashion is really about. Right. A lot of people do not know what fashion is. They know what brands are. They know what names are, but they don't know. And also, people, let me say this. As y'all get ready to build your companies, when y'all build them, make sure you build brands. Don't build empires. Because what happens with empires? They fall.
Exactly.
They crumble, they fall. Build brands. Okay? Make sure that your companies is right. Make sure you're around right people and do the right designs that you know that fit so people can understand. Because I know quality. I know thread counts. I know what furs are. Like, before I go, I do have to talk about this real quick. Because
you got to, because we
because I just want people to know, like this right here, that right there is I call that the Elmer Fudd trooper hat, and that kind of fur right there is called a blush fur, or it's called a top fur. It's a top. This is fox, just to give you an idea. And a lot of people, because this right here, that's a coyote. Because a lot of people I see on the internet, when they see people wearing furs and stuff like that, everybody's always saying, that's a nice mink you got on. That's a nice mink you got on. And I'm looking at this joint like, that's not no mink.
Right.
So I'm trying to educate y'all, when y'all out here getting these furs, even if you don't come to me, I'm fine with that. But come to me for the education.
Right. Where do people know where they can find you at?
Listen, the best place to find me is definitely on the gram. if you want to find me, hit me on the gram, DM me, and I'll get back to you within between 24 and 48 hours.
Give them your name on the gram
Guaranteed.
so they can
Yeah.
get in contact with you.
Yeah, Fur King the designer. Fur King the designer. Tap me, hit me, don't be scared, ask me questions. I got you, and I'll make it happen for you. Okay, I did a lot of coats for a lot of people, and I don't even get all into who I did coats for. I just do them. If you know it's me, you know it's me. So be blessed. Oh yeah, and people, take care of your coats. Every April, you should take your coats to me to get them stored and glazed. That's how you keep the longevity of a coat. Don't put your coats in no plastic. Don't put it in plastic because you're killing the coat. That's like putting plastic over your face and you're going to sleep. You're going to suffocate yourself. Don't do that. So every April, you get your coats, you get them cleaned in the store, you bring them to me, we get you right. And if you need your coats cleaned in the process while we doing this winter thing, come to me. I'm available. I knock your coat out in 1 or 2 days. It's a done deal. So this is what we do. And, oh yeah, and shout out to Coco for blessing me with these awards. Like I said, these are Men of Excellence awards. These are my first 2 awards in my career. I'm honored, and these awards are in the Library of Congress. So these ain't no just BS awards. Dougie Fresh got this award. The mayor of New York got the award. Pro Boxers, a whole bunch. Red Alert, they all got these awards. And I was probably the only one person that got 2 awards because I'm in 2 genres of fashion in furs. So I just want to just say, man, I'm just a kid from Teaneck. And when I got the awards, I became just a king from Teaneck. And now I can honestly say I know people around the globe, from Australia to India, Pakistan, Africa, Brazil. These people are really wearing my stuff out there.
Right.
And I'm great, and I'm grateful, and I'm thankful, and I ain't gonna forget about Bergen County because it might have took y'all some time, but y'all definitely caught up with me, and y'all started embracing me, especially when I was doing the first slides like 3 years ago.
Right.
Y'all went ham and bought. Lord, my sister L probably got like
she
30,
killed
40,
it. She
probably got about
definitely-
35
she
pairs.
definitely killed it.
Yeah, probably got about 35 pairs of my slides, and she definitely was a trendsetter for that. And shout out to Patterson as well, because believe it or not, Patterson has bought a lot of slides off me as well. So I'm just gonna keep it real. Keep it real.
You really heard it all first.
Yes.
Here on the round table.
Yes.
I got my guy, man. I appreciate you. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. Well, thank you as
This
well.
was a great, another one, epic
Yes.
opportunity for myself to sit down and talk to my OG. Much respect. You know what it is. I'm the voice of the coaches, the round table. Yo, man, stay blessed, man, and stay fresh. And you know what it is. It's wintertime. Fur King's in the building. DM them, get at them.
Yeah, get
them
at me.
things clean, get them right, and holla at them.
Yeah, get at me in Inglewood. Inglewood, real quick, man. Shout out to Corey Sims too, man. He's came through quite a bit of times too, and just showed me
That's
love.
the one that got that white thing that I was talking about,
yeah,
too.
Got that white thing, and him and his wife got the his and hers joint on. So God bless y'all. Shout out to Bergen County, Teaneck Stand Up. We here, y'all. Y'all see it. Peace and love.